IELTS Listening, version 30623. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. Write all your answers in the listening question booklet. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1 on page 2 of your question booklet. Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a woman who is looking for information about holidays and an agent for a tour company. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7 on page 2. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Asia Pacific Tours, can I help you?
Yes, I've been looking at your website and I'd like some more information about your activity holidays.
Certainly. You know, of course, the prices of the tours include stays in 3-star hotels and they include airfares.
Great. What about your tour of Vietnam? My sister went there last year and loved it.
The first tour the caller asks about is Vietnam, so Vietnam has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 7.
Asia Pacific Tours, can I help you?
Yes, I've been looking at your website and I'd like some more information about your activity holidays.
Certainly. You know, of course, the prices of the tours include stays in 3-star hotels and they include airfares.
Great. What about your tour of Vietnam? My sister went there last year and loved it.
Yes, it's a really beautiful place and probably our fastest growing destination. Now that package includes several opportunities to take courses.
Don't you have a cookery course of some kind?
We certainly do. If you love eating out in Vietnam like most people do and want to know how to prepare a meal, you can learn how from a master in a 5-star hotel. On another day, you have a choice of 2 activities. The first is instruction in diving in the South China Sea. Not a certificate course, but just an introduction. Most people think it's wonderful. Or, if you want to stay dry but still want some exercise, you can spend the day on a trek through the jungle near the beach. It's not difficult, and everyone seems to enjoy it.
Anything cultural on offer?
We used to take people to a Vietnamese opera, but that didn't prove so popular. So now we include a dance show, and our clients all rave about that. They say the colours are just magnificent.
What's the cost?
I've just noticed it's now a special price. The holiday used to be £1,600, but it's just been reduced to £1,450, so you do save quite a bit. And as I said, it seems to be our up-and-coming tour.
Well, let's see. Perhaps you could tell me a little about the Hong Kong tour. I notice it includes a walk in the hills of one of their country parks, where you have the chance to see birds of all sorts.
Yes, that's a very popular activity. People don't realise that Hong Kong isn't just a crowded city. That's a half-day activity and you go with a trained escort, and it includes dinner in a monastery where you end your day. And then we wouldn't want you to miss out altogether on shopping, so there's another day when we take you round an electronics factory. Now, That might sound like an odd thing to do, but it's actually really fascinating and not like your usual ceramics factory. And you can buy their products there quite cheaply. Now, the whole Hong Kong package is just £1,320 per person.
Sounds interesting.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 8 to 10 on page 2. Now listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
But let me find out about one more place. I've always wanted to go to Korea, but not on this trip. And I've been to Thailand, which I loved. But what about your Japan package?
Good choice. Well, that tour includes a terrific trip to a museum of traditional costume. The exhibits are gorgeous. They've got an absolutely priceless collection.
And I think the website says you take your clients to a market, don't you? A crafts market, I think.
Well, we do go to a market, but it's one that sells fish, and it's one of the largest in the world. And you have the chance to sample the wares in a little restaurant nearby. We also give you plenty of free time to wander around the city with our guides if you want.
And what's the cost of all that?
£1,800.
Well, you've been ever so helpful. I've noted all the details down, and I'll get back to you when I've made up my mind.
If we can give you any more help, do ring back.
Thanks, I will.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2 on page 3.